Okay, and then you go on to criticize me at length for the fact that I am then engaged in summing up my life. That's because I don't believe someone like you can tell me how to fucking live, and I don't believe I can tell how you how to fucking live. So when we're summing up whether life's worth living, there is no, but let's just get an objective factor. There is none. That's just what fucking assholes have as their own opinion, but call something that they can push on everybody else. So obviously the only real way to do it that would be fair, I don't know why you fucking can't get this, you know. I know you have the mentality enough to get fairness enough to get why the fact of the matter would be when you want to ask somebody the worth of their life, you'd have to ask them. And really you'd have to ask them at the end because we're reevaluating that stuff. You'd have to ask them at the end, hey, that low point where you thought about killing yourself, should you have? Many of them would say yes. Your side won't be empty of people, so don't fucking worry. I'm just saying how you have to do the math. Well, you say, no, we should get we should get out of that to what we really know. You know, and you imply that only people that are certain should express their opinions. Like I shouldn't express opinions since I'm not sure. Are you kidding me? I'm more sure than you. I'm more sure than most of these people expressing opinions. But I still say, oh well, there's a part I'm not sure about. Oh, but I should lie about that. That's the way you want to do it. Go ahead and fucking do it that way. That's the traditional way. You know, that's the dogmatist way. We will lie when we know we're wrong, and the times we, well, whatever. Do it. I don't care. People that don't do it that way, they understand when someone like me expresses the full composure of their ideas. Now, it has to be summed up personally, and I'm telling people how they could sum it up, how they can affect their life. And I'm not doing it in a way that guarantees that it gets summed up positively. If they end up summing it up negatively, fine. I'm an advocate for, you know, the American Revolution. You have to stand up sometimes and sum up things and say this shit isn't going to go anymore. I'm not giving math that's rigged like you want to give math that's rigged to say everything's fucked no matter what. You know, and even more so than you, people that are real fans of your channel, a few of them. They love that. Okay, I'm not rigging the goddamn math. I'm simply saying, no, you can't fucking say if my life was worth living. You don't know. And you can't say if someone in Bo Paul's life was worth living either. You don't fucking know. But you could ask them. And you can also just do some thinking and trying to guess at how they would answer. You could do polls and figure it out if you really wanted to do it right. But don't fucking just speak for them, okay? Make a model what they think and speak about the model and etc. etc. Even if it's off the fucking top of your head. And just say so. But don't act like you can represent them. So you want to mock me because I'm going into a personal summation of how you can add your life up. And this is the other thing. I don't get into it a lot. But no, I had plenty confusing, strange shit to deal with in my fucking life. And I had no money, and I've worked my way through school, and anything else I've achieved, I did myself. I don't have family that supported me in it. I did it. So you can fuck yourself about acting like I don't know what it's like to have to deal with something. Or like my goddamn view. What did you say? You know, uh, something that my view is irrelevant. Fuck you. My view is not irrelevant. Nobody's view is irrelevant. Nobody's view about the quality of their life is irrelevant. Nobody's view about the quality of life in general is irrelevant. Screw you. You are not the master of relevancy when you are going to say that nobody's individual opinion on it is fucking relevant. Just their opinion on what everybody in the objective thing, like as if that wouldn't be their opinion. As if yours isn't your goddamn opinion. Who the hell are you trying to fool? I happen to know it is your opinion. I saw you make it. That's the difference between the subjective and objective perspective. Yeah, I would love to go for the objective perspective. And my subjective perspective, using honest facts and scientific principles and as much applied knowledge of that sort as I can, gets a fuck of a lot closer to having the characteristics of being reliable like objective than opinions of people that just use their intuition and go, well, obviously it's going to be this way. No. So what we all need to do is be talking with about how we would deal with life. You fucking live. You're afraid to tell us how you deal with life. You're afraid to fucking, you're acting like, I can't, I'm just not, and I hate it. No, you fucking don't. You figure out how to find a pool to swim in. Explain how you deal with life. You know, that's what people really need is a way to figure out how to deal with their goddamn life. You know, especially from people that don't just do it with a lot of money and luck and success. People that just have an ordinary amount of resources and manage to arrange a lifestyle. You could fucking share that shit. People need to know that. That's a lot of the misery in the world. You care about suffering. Well, fucking do. You can do that about it. Stop bitching at me because I'm relaying how a personal, individual mental construct, which happens to be me, could fucking deal with trash in life and deal with the difficulties of it. And the Holocaust is fucking interesting. No, it's not interesting to see the gruesome pictures, you jerk. What the fucking gross ass shit is that? No, it's interesting because guess what? That wasn't the first one. We've been doing that genocidal stuff for fucking centuries. It's interesting that finally we noticed something about that one. We're like, oh, look what happened. And a lot of people are still like, oh, Hitler's so specially evil. Yeah, no, it goes on all the goddamn time, that kind of genocide, doesn't it? Yeah, it is interesting. People should pay more attention to what the fuck's going on. That is interesting. They just want to turn, no, oh, I don't need to think about it. I've heard about it already. I know the Jews had a hard time. Yeah, what about all the other fucking genocides in the whole world? How about learning about the whole goddamn system? No, not a good idea. Is that what you're saying? No, it's not interesting. You know, you like flavor when you talk about things that people want flavor. I want some sugar and some something. You know, some people can eat something, and even if the flavor was, if you wait a while, you could feel, wait, I got energy in my body. Wait, that sustained me. Wait, oh, that really gave me some energy and some power, and I feel healthier. And guess what? Your stupid taste buds, which are shallow, will fucking change, and they'll start liking the taste of something like that if your body's like, hey, this is working out for me. But you're all about the taste buds. You can't just do what the taste buds want. No, you can't. Why don't you feel the rest of your emotions? Maybe there's some other emotions that work a little bit better. Why are you fixated on the one fucking emotion that leads you astray? You think there's no emotions that lead you more in a better direction? There aren't really? You sure? I think there are. I think you know about them. You're afraid to talk about them. Why? Because you're invested. My selective memory point, also same thing. You want to go, well, that's obvious, so it's stupid. No, it's not stupid. Okay. You said it's not important if it worked for that person. It's important if it worked overall. Overall is going to be a net thing. There's no essence of the whole people together and their satisfaction. It's a net thing from each individual. Net, like you were saying in the beginning, it's going to be the net effect. You're going to add up how the individuals feel. I know you think you should just be able to feel. Well, I think you might have to fucking ask them what they make of it. That would be fair, at least in theory, even if we couldn't practically ask everybody. Could we at least agree that in theory, it might be good to ask people if they thought their life was worth living? Maybe right there towards the end when they had a full life to judge. And then we would say, did it work for 100 of you? Oh, it didn't. It didn't work for this other 500? Okay, then we'd have some sort of a statistic. You just want to go, doesn't matter. We can ignore what they think. We will calculate whether life is worth living without even asking anybody that did any living. Yeah, really good. That's you and science right there. That's your problem with science right there. Happiness. You go off on happiness. Oh, well, what are we trying to live for if not happiness? Well, it's the same thing I just said with flavor, for fucking sustenance, for livingness. That would be a lame way to put it, but how about health? We're living for health. And the reason it's complicated is because that includes mental health. Mental health might mean you do some things that aren't strictly healthy for you in the short term and they have a better effect long term. It might mean you do something that's unhealthy for a body but healthy for the mind, or healthy for the body but unhealthy for the mind. You have to make some complicational situation adjustments there. But the fact of the matter is you can live for something other than whether it tastes sweet and whether it's a lollipop or not, okay? Now, I'm going to give my personal judgments of how to master and work with the ape. You want to just go, no, the ape's there and it runs wild. Well, great. So anybody who wants the ape to run wild can listen to your advice on how to work with it.